Jo, wunderschönen Nachmittag, Leute. Moment, ich kann die Kamera machen. Ah, shit. Deaktivieren, aktivieren. Jetzt haben wir. Irgendwie sieht das Ding noch nicht. So, wir haben noch 1 Minute 30 Sekunden. Wir kriegen eine Werbung zwischen den Livestream und dann schlage ich YouTube, Twitch. So, warte mal, dann könnte ich auf YouTube einfach gehen und schauen. So, achso. Ein Tablet habe ich das hingetan. Super, danke Küchenrolle, dass du runterfällst. Nein, komm, dreh dich. Noch 50 Bilder wieder da. Ich war nämlich gerade kalt auf dem Rücken, das war nicht so gut. So, schauen wir mal. Ha! Special Programm. So, und warum kann ich meinen. Warum kann ich meinen eigenen Account gar nicht sehen? TikTok, hallo. Come on. Hey! Diona, nice, hätte ich gehofft. Viel für. Oh, das heißt, wir gehen wieder durch die ganze Welt, oder wie? Oh! Wait! Mihoyo hat es wirklich gemacht! Hier gesagt, vielleicht kommt für einen Kocher, wenn sie kommen, sie haben es anscheinend doch. Sie machen es wirklich, oder? Ist das voller Dö? Das ist es ja. Nice.
とにかくそこのレストランからナタ産の野菜を至急調達したいと依頼を受けて僕とイファが来ることになったんだ。俺は
Warum Ifa bin das? Sind alle 4 Sterncharaktere da oder was? Sehr cool. Mhm.
古竜の時代の謎の遺物、それに俺がフォンテーヌに来た理由を合わせて考えれば例の密輸事件の捜査を逃れたものかもしれない。
僕の師匠にして母の黄金レインドットさ。彼女が
Was redet?
僕をモンドに向かわせた時、ある大きな課題を与えたんだ。世界の真相を探せというね。
Mhm. Oh, der bist auf Mond schon an.
想像してたよりも状況がひどいみたい。
また敵が来るぞ。
本件の被告人セピロス騎士団調査小隊隊長アルベド。
Er ist vor Gericht? Okay.
殺人事件？ホムンクルスが暴走して
Mord?
理性を
Okay.
失い他者を傷つける
Hey, neuer Charakter.
行動に走る。
魔女会と正式な会談を行うことを願ってるんだ。
Hexenzirkel?
そんな勇気のある子がまだモンドにいたの？
Ein Schachbrett, what?
天地が逆さになった時、人は 世界の本質を知るなら盤面が逆さになったら
Ein neuer Boss. Wait! Ein neuer Boss? Nice!
なぜ罪のない人を
Also kommt er doch.
どうしてこんなことにウィレットが襲撃にあって。
これはエ
Was?
ムリアが戦争のために用意した薬物なのよ。人体研究という課
Was?
題を明らか
Juvenette
なことは
wurde erstochen?
モ
Was?
ンドの法律にのっとり被告人アルベドを殺人および死体遺棄で有罪とする。今も近くから聞こえるよ。
なんだバルバトスか
ファルか
Mark? Hab ich jetzt richtig vorher gesagt? Vielleicht treffen wir Marka oder hören was von ihm. Wie geil ist das denn wieder? Nice. Wenn die kurz in die auf Urlaub zum Runterladen. Sehr komisch irgendwie. Die Auflösung passt leider nicht ganz. Okay, wenn ich das Handy so halte, dann passt es lustigerweise.
Hello everyone! Welcome to the Genshin Impact version 5.6 special program. I'm Jane Jackson, the voice of Varessa, and I have two awesome co-hosts with me today. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
What up, my dudes? My name is Johnny LaQuasto, and I'm the voice of Aoife.
Hey, your turn.
Hello everyone, my name is Emily Cass and I voice Escoffier. I'm so excited to be here.
And I am so excited to be hosting alongside you two today.
Oh, by the way, Emily, I have to say, the way your chibi's tail moves around is so cool.
Oh, actually, it's not a tail. It's a self-adapting movement signal tracking support mech.
What?
It's a piece of tech, basically. It
And
helps
mech?
Escoffier in the
Okay.
kitchen and in combat.
Cool.
It's one of her essential utensils.
Den
It looks so much like
Dreizack,
a
das ist cool.
tail.
Yeah, a lot of people think that. And considering how it looks, people
Sie ist
even
Dr.
call
Ock, nur mit
Escoffier
einem Arm.
the chef.
Dr.
Okay, that seems a little extreme.
Yeah, I'd say so too, but honestly, I don't know much about Escoffier. Can you tell us more about her, Emily?
Absolutely.
Escoffier.
Let's take a look at her profile. Escoffier used to be the head chef at the Hotel de Bourg.
Oh,
Escoffier.
cool.
The hotel is famous for the extremely popular and exclusive Gâteau de Bourg.
Wow, exclusive?
Yeah, only a limited amount of slices are available per day. Escoffier is a master of precision gastronomy, which means she approaches
cool.
cooking as a science. She even develops
Ist ihr
advanced
Lieblingsessen
methods
dann
used in her
sowas?
cooking
Ein
process.
Eisding?
Wow, that's some dedication to her craft.
Of course, in Escoffier's kitchen, no dish is ready to be served
Wait, die hat
until it has
Herzchen
her
in den
stamp
Augen?
of approval. And when she likes something, she gets completely lost in the flavors. It looks almost like she's in heaven.
That sounds
Naja.
incredible, but
Ja, der
what if
Highlights
she
sind
doesn't like it?
Herzchen.
Oh, then she'd probably say something like...
You thought cream of mushroom soup was ready to serve after 3.5 minutes on the stove. You'd have had more sense serving hot water with ice cubes. At least then you wouldn't have wasted all this perfectly good cream and mushroom.
Wow. Intense.
I promise Escoffier is actually very well-mannered most of the time. But when it comes to food, she couldn't be more strict. It's all for good reason, though. Escoffier believes her mission as a chef is to make haute cuisine accessible to all. So she's not just strict on other people,
Okay.
she demands perfection from herself too. Because that's the only way to make her dream a reality.
Oh, is that why she develops all those cooking mecha?
That's right. With their help, even people who are short on time or cooking skills can be capable of making a good meal.
Ha, okay. That feels like a personal call-out. But seriously though, I'm telling you, I could use something exactly like that.
Same here. Emily, you said Escoffier used to be the head chef at the Hotel de Bourg. Does that mean she doesn't work there anymore?
Yeah, that's right. She even had to spend time in the Fortress of Meripede.
The Fortress of Meripede? What happened?
We can't divulge the details right now, but all will be revealed in Escoffier's story quest. Treasured above all. So be sure to check it out if you're interested, travellers. You'll also be rewarded with extra Ascension materials for Escoffier. And travellers will get to take part in a one-of-a-kind culinary showdown in this quest. Not only will travellers get to experience Escoffier's mentorship firsthand, but special guests will also make an appearance.
Special guest, nice. Huh. Okay, I see blubber beasts and romaritime flowers. Wait, do we have to cook 4 blubber beasts using romaritime flowers? That's not much to work with.
All I can say is, trust in Escoffier. She can work wonders.
Oh, I'm definitely a believer. Okay, so
Bin ich gespannt, was
what she can do in
kann.
the kitchen, but what about on the battlefield?
Sato.
Right, let's get into it. Escoffier wields a cryovision and is a powerful addition to the freeze-focused teams, which brings us to one of her talents.
Ah, cool.
When Escoffier's elemental skill or elemental burst hits an enemy, she can reduce their resistance to hydro and cryo damage. The more hydro and cryo characters in the party, the greater the reduction.
So mehr Hydro- und Cryo-Charaktere.
So it
Okay.
looks like the enemies here aren't actually frozen, but the resistance reduction still takes effect.
Yeah, that's really important. As long as her elemental skill or burst hits an enemy, the reduction takes effect.
Okay.
The enemy doesn't need to be frozen. That means the talent works on bosses and other unfreezable
cool
enemies.
ulti.
Wow, so it seems like any character that deals hydro or cryo damage can benefit from that talent. I can definitely see her being a powerful support in freeze teams.
True, but Escoffier's not just a support. She can dish out damage as well. With an actual dish.
No way.
Yeah, and when Escoffier unleashes her elemental skill, she summons a
Ist
cooking
cool,
net
dass sie
to
mit
the
dem Essen
field that
mit dem
follows the active
angreift.
character and periodically fires projectiles at nearby enemies, dealing cryo damage. So with her ability to shred resistance, she basically buffs her own damage.
Aber das ist cool.
In addition, her elemental
Sie
burst
verringert die
restores
Verteidigung
HP to
der
the
Gegner.
entire party.
Also Widerstand.
Okay,
Hey!
so she can buff the party,
Orangen,
dish out
nice.
damage, and heal.
Sie kann heilen auch. Das habe ich nicht mitgekriegt, dass sie heilt.
And thanks to a
Okay,
different
nice.
talent, she has another ability that really showcases her skills as a chef. If you hold her elemental skill, the cooking mech she summons can absorb elemental energy and convert it into a delicious dish.
Wait, das ist dann wie unser Elementarmantel, nur mit und Essen.
So you
Das
don't even have to prepare
sie
the ingredients
kocht.
yourself? Bro, that's awesome.
Yeah, and plus she can produce several kinds of dishes this way.
Well, that would
Wait,
be
sie hat
so
ein
fun to
goldenes
check out in
Essen?
game.
Totally. So take note of this next piece of news, travelers. In the first
Also ist ein
half of
Peter Wing
version
Charakter.
5.6,
Na,
we'll
wer
have
kommt
event
zurück?
wishes
Oh mein
for
Gott,
Escoffier and
nein.
Navia. A new
Ah, es
5-star
wird
Polar,
schwierig.
Symphonist of
Wieso,
Sense,
Mio?
will be
Warum
featured on
kombiniert
the
es so
Western
viele
banner.
Charaktere bei
Our new 4-star
Reruns?
character Aoife will also enjoy a drop rate boost on the first half banner.
Okay, ist ein
No
Vierstern-Charakter, okay.
way, bro.
I think that's my line, but I couldn't have said it better myself.
And
way,
another
bro.
bit of really exciting news is that travelers will get to spend more time with these two in the new version.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Okay, take a look at this clip and you'll see.
Na, haben sie nicht gesagt, dass er wahrscheinlich einen Rerun bekommt?
Almighty Dragon Lord's magnificence! The heck are you on about?
Ich glaube, er kommt in Phase 2.
Why does no one ask
Aber
for the
Mulani.
autograph of
Dann kommen
the
endlich Dreifach-Banner. Das hätten schon längst sein müssen.
Oh wow! No way, bro! What? You little... Oh dear! Oh dear! Do you even hear yourself, bro? How dare you! You insolent, contemptuous... Huh? What are you on about? No way, bro! Huh? Seriously? Seriously? Do you even hear yourself, bro? Darn it! Oh wow! No way, bro!
Ach, die beiden.
You
Okay.
even hear yourself, bro?
Ah, das ist Naruto, Sasuke kommt noch zurück.
The Almighty Dragon Lord! Wow! His wisdom is wasted on you! No way, bro! See you later!
No way, bro.
Oh, you meant Kukuku and a How. Wow, I feel like those two could argue forever.
Dude, you don't know the half of it.
Hang in there, bro.
You too, huh? Man, this bro thing is really taking off.
Well, Kukuku is just that infectious. So, travelers met Aoife in the previous version, but since we now have the chance to add him to our parties, want to give us a formal introduction, Johnny?
I thought you'd never ask,
Nicht
Jane.
gespannt.
Absolutely. As most of you probably know, Aoife is a Saurian vet from the Flower Feather clan. In that land, humans and Saurians live and fight side by side. Saurians get sick and hurt just like everyone else. So Saurian vets do a very important job in that land.
Okay.
And Aoife is a really good one. In fact, you've probably heard of some of his accomplishments already. Like how he saved Kukuku's life, and now, of course, Kukuku works as his trusty assistant.
Yeah, Aoife is practically a miracle worker. I heard a How got sick one time, so Kaniche took him to Aoife for treatment, and what do you know? A How was better in like 2 seconds. Imagine that.
Sounds like Aoife really knows his stuff. I wonder if he can treat all kinds of dragons, like even ones from other nations.
I have Geld.
I guess, in theory, yeah, I don't see why not. Plus, if it was an emergency, Kukuku could help him get there in no time.
I mean, I heard the Flower Feather clan is known for riding kukasaurs, but this is less riding
Die kann mit ihm
and more
fliegen.
dangling, isn't it?
Hey, this
Also
is a
im Prinzip ist
Kukuku
es so
appreciation
wieder,
zone only, all right?
wieder,
But seriously, just
wieder
wait until
umhauen.
you see him sprint. He
Wait.
spreads out those huge wings, and it's super awesome. Oh, and while we're on the subject, if
Wo
there are
hat er
any
die Flügel
travelers who
her?
haven't done the part of the Ochkanatlan World Quest where you
Nicht cool.
chase down the evil dragon, try it out with Aoife. It'll be a completely different kind of flying experience.
Nice.
Yeah,
Wow.
I see that. Although it looks more like Aoife is chasing down a patient for a checkup.
Ich will keine
what else
Spritze
did Aoife
haben.
do in
Na,
combat?
warte,
Well,
ich krieg dich.
Aoife is an Anemo-Vision user with
Oh.
a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
Wait, was?
For example,
Ich dachte, er
when
benutzt die
faced with
Pistole.
aggressive enemies, Aoife can unleash his elemental burst and fire a therapeutic sedative, creating a wind current that pulls in and restrains enemies. Yeah,
Ja, klar.
of course, as Aoife's
Anemo
good
nimmt
bro,
immer-
Kukuku also helps him out in combat.
Das ist das
With
Element
Aoife's
dann.
elemental skill, Kukuku lifts him into the air,
Cool.
giving him an aerial advantage in combat. And while in this state, Aoife can continuously fire tonic shots,
Nice.
which deal Anemo damage upon impact and restore HP to the entire party.
Oh,
Ja, der
nice.
heilt.
So what
Ja,
makes
klar,
him
ist er heilt,
come
habe ich ja
for
gesagt, der
Aoife?
heilt
Well,
hoffentlich.
to answer that, we should introduce one of his talents first. When Aoife is in the Night Soul's blessing state, he can use his Field Medic's vision to increase swirl and electrocharge damage
Cool.
based on the total amount
Aber
of Night Soul
Elektro?
points across the entire party.
Okay, so he works well with characters that can trigger swirl and electrocharged reactions.
Nice.
And characters that can generate night soul
Küchen
points.
Bobs?
He seems like a really flexible unit.
Yeah, he is. Plus, in areas with Natlan's phlogiston mechanics, if your current active character or indwelled Saurian's HP drops below a certain percent, Aoife can consume his own phlogiston to heal them.
Nice.
Putting those medical skills to use.
Das ist ja geil.
His kit seems really intuitive, and he helps with exploration. I feel like exploring the sacred volcano will be a lot easier with Kukuku.
Ist das cool.
What can I say? He is a helpful little guy. Now, moving on to our next bit of news, a new boss is coming in version 5.6.
Wait,
the Secret
Boss
Source
oder?
Automaton Overseer device.
Das ist so ein kleiner
Travelers
Boss.
will need
Für
to
Escoffier
defeat it
wahrscheinlich.
to obtain ascension materials for Escoffier.
I feel like we faced something like this before.
That's because this boss has the same origins as the Secret Source Automaton configuration device from version 5.1. Both are pieces of ancient dragon technology.
They almost seem like two parts of one terrifying monster.
Okay, Jane, let's this is where we should wrap this part up, I
Am
think.
Ende
'cause
kommt der
travelers can search
Riesendrache
for their
raus.
own answers to this in
Kombinieren sich.
Now, let's kick off the event portion.
Oh, wow. There are Natlan characters in Fontaine? Is it because of a
Sei
festival or
ja,
something?
Saskia kommt.
Not a festival.
Wald?
An amusement park organized by Navia and the Spina di Rasula. Auroron and Aoife are there to deliver Natlan produce for the event.
Okay.
But it's not all veggies and good times, unfortunately. Against the
Riesling.
backdrop of the festivities, a smuggling case is uncovered, leading Kaniche and Ryzen
Schmuggler
to
kommen,
cross
okay.
paths.
A Saurian hunter and a prison warden. Sounds like a fun pairing.
Yeah, right? I actually have a few sneak peeks to share, so let's take a look.
Der Bogen sieht cool aus. Und
Why
das ist ja
is the
besseres
hound
Material.
cowering behind Kanich? I would have thought he was too proud for that.
Welche?
Oh, wait.
Aha.
It must be because of Fontaine's ban on flying objects.
Exactly. Ahau and Kakuku made the journey all the way to Fontaine
Na,
and
sind-
happened to arrive just in time.
Aber es sind ja keine fliegenden Objekte, sondern
Ahau
Tiere.
was able to hide, but Kakuku got scared and flew straight into the Palais Mermonia. Aurora thinks Kakuku will manage to send all of the important documents in the Palais flying around the building.
Oh no, that can't end well. Well, what about Aoife? Isn't he going to come to Kakuku's rescue?
Don't worry, with Nervalette and Risley there, Kakuku's in good hands. Plus, he might even learn a new phrase or two. Hey, check it out.
Was?
Risley managed to teach him one. Anyone want to guess what it is?
Kann man einen Satz beibringen,
I
oder?
don't know what it could be.
Nein, ist das
I guess we're
automatisch.
just gonna
Achso.
have to wait and see. Anyway,
Kann man
I
einen
wanted to
aussuchen,
point
einen
out
Satz, den man beibringt? Das
there
wäre
are two
cool.
dragons in this picture. So, does that mean Nervalette could, like, interpret for Kakuku? You know, dragon to dragon. Oh, I
Braucht er
can't wait
dann
to see
einen
how their
Heiler?
interactions go.
Als
Honestly, I can't even
wenn
picture it,
Nivelette
but I
abgestochen wird,
just know it's
kommt
gonna
die
be
von der
hilarious.
Eileen. Oder sie die?
Yeah, there's nothing we can say that beats the real thing. So, if you're interested, be sure to check out all the shenanigans in-game. And trust me, there are a lot of them. Always makes me laugh. Now, on to the actual amusement park. Let me give you some background. It's called the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland, and it's the brainchild of a well-known engineer and film buff, with the Spina di Rasula in charge of the financing, construction, and general operations.
Oh, Lapine Pauline is back. Didn't she almost go bankrupt after basing her research on that fake story? I hope her investment pays off this time.
Well, if the Traveler agrees to come on board, Lapine Pauline might be in a better position.
Come on board. Why are my fraud alarm bells ringing?
It's not like that. If you don't trust Lapine Pauline, yeah, okay. Her track record isn't great, but at least trust Cheval Moran and the Spina di Rasula.
If you say so.
And how do we make sure we don't run it into the ground?
Well, if the Traveler agrees to come on board, Lapine Pauline might be in a better position.
So this is a management sim?
Sie haben
Okay,
zwei
tell
verschiedene
me
lange Stories im selben Patch. Oh
You
je.
got it, bro. Travelers will be in charge of operations, like upgrading the facilities,
Geschäfte
expanding the
bauen.
park, and managing
Cool.
the staff. During each business cycle, travelers will need to allocate their precious funds and action points to the most important tasks based
Okay,
on
das
their
ist nice.
management
Hey,
needs.
das hat
And
diesmal
plus,
ein eigenes
Navia recruited Master Chef
Dings,
Escoffier to run the
Navia
park's theme
Interface.
restaurant. Woo! The dishes she creates can give you unique management buffs, so don't miss out.
Absolutely. You can also increase your
Flugevent,
revenue by
nice.
adding different kinds of attractions. For example, in Eclectic Escapades, visitors can experience unforgettable adventures where they fly through the air or dash underwater at high speed.
Nice.
Wow.
Das solche
There's
Event mag ich.
movie masterpieces where you have to use special abilities to reach the end of the stage and
okay.
seize the treasure. Before launching these attractions, travelers will need to try them out and create a standardized strategy guide for each one, so that visitors understand how to get the most out of the experience.
Nice.
Oh, and travelers can also add an attraction called Mellow Manor, where they can create a cozy retreat for
Sowas
different
wieder,
animals
okay.
to draw in visitors and increase
Da ist man
revenue.
mit Tierchen statt
Travelers
mit
can also
Pflanzen, okay.
recruit some familiar faces to help run the park. Among the recruits are Fontanian companions and friends from other nations too.
Yeah, that's right.
What
By
is
completing friendly encounters, travelers can learn useful management techniques from their companions. Eventually, these companions will become fixtures at the park and provide even more management support.
Cool.
So, long story short,
Ich hoffe, das
don't worry
Event
too
dauert
much.
länger als
You
2
don't have
Wochen.
to go it
Wie wär's
alone.
mit dem ganzen Patch?
Yeah,
Ja.
that doesn't sound too bad.
And plus, once you get down to
6 Wochen lang, let's
business,
go.
you'll be rewarded for your efforts.
Ooh, do
Ja, Krone gibt's
tell.
auch,
Oh,
nice.
I will reach a certain point in the operations and you'll be able to claim all sorts of rewards, including Primo Gems and a new 4-star bow, Sequence of Solitude.
Awesome! More Primo Gems to save for your next pull.
Sequenz der
Which
Einsamkeit
reminds
los.
me, we still haven't finished announcing the event wishes, have we?
Ja, es kommt,
Right,
sag ich ja,
yeah,
Kinic
sorry to
kommt
keep you in
und
suspense,
Raijin auch.
travellers.
RIP
In the
Kinic.
second half of version 5.6, we'll have returning event wishes for Kanich and the Raiden Shogun.
Nice.
Plus, the chronicled Wish banner will be returning in version
Was?
5.6.
Nein,
Travellers have
bitte
been
nicht.
waiting for that. so check it out if you're interested.
Yeah, you have to. And
Das geht
best of
nicht.
luck on your polls.
Wie viel Geld will wir heute haben? Ja.
That was a lot
Gut,
of info,
wurscht, eh
so
egal.
let's
Kaso
take
wäre
our
halt
first
nice.
break. Here's the second redemption
Nein,
code,
nicht egal,
members.
aber ich muss ihn halt wieder skippen. Ich hätte nicht erwartet, dass wir jetzt schon den nächsten Banner bekommen. Ich dachte erst zum nächsten Geburtstag oder so. Chef Escoffier 0507, okay. Das heißt, müssten aber alle Codes auf Feuerlab zum Abholen sein. Nee, bis jetzt ist nur der erste Code drin. Komisch. Hä? Also, aber gut, wird ein bisschen dauern. Nur ein paar Minuten. Schon wieder im Bord.
The Windbloom Festival, once a celebration of flowers, now shrouded in unease.
Okay.
Why
Hey,
is
mir hat
Albedo
angegeben, wann der
on
Patch
trial?
kommt.
Who is the young man in the courtroom? And is he friend or foe?
Ja, ne, Charakter.
What tidings does the Dodo communication device bring this time?
Du
The
Doku.
answers to these questions and more in the version 5.6 Archon Quest.
Nice
Schon
voice.
Story.
Ah,
Nice.
shucks, thanks.
Das Ventis
So, we
Story geht
finally make
weiter.
it back to Mondstadt and Albedo's on trial. I don't even
Oder
know
Alfredo
what to
Story ist das wahrscheinlich
think.
weitergehen.
Something tells me there's more to this situation than
Ich bin
meets the
gespannt.
Well, I've put together some
wegen
information
Barker.
about the case. Let's go
Wir hören
through
seine
it
Stimme,
and
das
see
ist
if we can
geil.
uncover some new clues. So, here's the deal. Albedo's been accused of murder and unlawful disposal of human remains, and the case is being tried in secret. The logistics captain of the Knights of Favonius, Hertha, seems to have compelling evidence against Albedo.
Aha,
So,
Hertha.
the situation is serious.
I'm sure Hertha is just trying to do her job and uncover the truth. But there has to be some kind of misunderstanding here.
Well, in court, the evidence does the talking.
Wenn er ist es der
Travelers will
Fake
have access
Alfredo
to
vielleicht, der
Albedo's
lebt ja
office
noch.
on the second floor of headquarters to do their own investigation into the case and
Okay.
hopefully track down some clues.
So
Oh
I
no,
saw
nicht
Jean,
Clues
Kaya
wieder.
and Jula in the courtroom, all members of the Knights of Avonius.
Wie kommt der bis nach
Makes sense.
Mondstadt? Ich mein,
But
die
it
Türen sind
looked
immer
like
offen,
someone from
aber
the church
why?
was also there.
Oh, that's Dahlia. He's the deacon of the Church of Favonius, so he works with Barbara,
Ach so.
Rosaria, and the other members of the clergy. Dahlia acts as the herald of Barbados, which is interesting because he's also friends with Venti.
Yeah, very interesting. He sounds like a very important
Venti.
figure then.
Well, speaking of Venti, the Dodo communication device is back in this quest. At some point, Venti needs it to get in touch with Alice. But
Ja, hab ich
on
mir
the
schon gedacht,
first
dass er mit
attempt,
Alice labert. Die hat man ja
Ryan
gehört.
connects to Grandmaster
Barker, ist cool.
instead. It's only
Ach
on the second
so.
try that he manages to reach
Ungewollt.
Alice.
Wait,
Whoa,
Barker?
hold on. You just dropped two major names. Barker has been on an expedition for a long time. Sounds like we finally
Wait,
get
wieso
to
sehen
know
wir da
how he's
oben?
doing. As for Alice, we know she's the mother of the most adorable Klee and an elder of the Hexen Circle.
Mhm.
But I wonder why Venti needs to get in touch with her.
Also der Schachbrett kommt dann nur in der
Wait,
Story vor.
Could
Okay.
it be because of the monsters in the city?
Oh, you know what?
Ja,
In
but
Amber's
dann-
anthology chapter, she did say the number of monsters around Mondstadt has been skyrocketing lately.
Mhm.
Right? And now there are even more monsters in the city. So maybe Venti is reaching out to Alice for help.
I think you two are onto something.
Ah ne,
And
das ist
if we
normal, der
take a
obere Teil, der
look at this
normale.
map, we can see that a
Cool.
lot of our old friends have joined in on the fight to defend Mondstadt.
Wow. This
Nice.
is kind of emotional. Mondstadt was the beginning of everything. It's the place where travelers met their first companions and embarked on this whole journey. And now it's in crisis. Oh, hopefully travelers can do something to stop it.
Oh, they can, but it won't be an easy road. Alice can offer something to help,
Ein
but
Game before the
travelers
Gate.
will need to pass
Neuer
a
Boss!
trial
Das ist der
first
wöchentliche
and
Boss, oder
defeat
was?
the king and queen on the
Okay.
chessboard.
Anything to defend
Können wir die
Mondstadt.
übers Theater oder
I'm sure
übers
travelers aren't
Theater
scared of
hingehen
a
oder
little
was?
trial.
Warte mal, das wäre dann ein neuer
Okay.
dritter Boss in
Then
Mondstadt?
let's take a look at what awaits them.
Oder was? Dritter Boss in Mondstadt? Wait. Ich kenne einen Bosskampf auf dem Schachfeld. Karasan. Cool, Schachfiguren. Was ist... Maschinengewehr. Okay. Ah, ein Krieger. Oder halt, wie ist das hier? Läufer. Ne, nicht Läufer. Fuck, wer ist denn nochmal? Auf Englisch, Knight, auf Deutsch. Shit. Wie ist wieder heißen?
Alice will preside over
Nee,
the
läuft.
first phase
Nee.
of the trial.
Springer läuft doch,
The
läuft.
trial takes place on
König.
a chessboard, but the rules of chess don't exactly apply.
Okay.
Look closely and you'll notice some of the pieces on the board can harm the king. Travelers can use that to their advantage
Cool.
to create an opening and dish out damage. But in the second phase, there are no chess pieces to use. Travelers will need to rely on their own strength to emerge victorious.
Ja.
It looks like there's a different Dodoko presiding over the second phase.
Hey, das ist ein
One wearing a
Dodo-Kunden.
blue hat. Is that a different mage from the Hexen Circle?
Ooh, I wonder which one.
Well,
Spoiler
travelers will have to
Samba.
uncover that
Hello.
for themselves.
Not
As
too
for
bad.
the second phase of the trial, let me offer a quick piece of advice. The boss has some extremely powerful attacks, but freeze reactions can help you create an opening.
Maybe
Okay.
jot that one down for later, travelers.
Wait, ein Boss, den man
we
einfrieren
know there's
kann?
murder, an
Ja, das
attack
ist
on
kein
Mondstadt,
wöchentlicher,
a
oder?
Hexen Circle trial, but we have no idea how all of this is connected. Seems like there's a lot for travelers to uncover. You know, if you think about it, first Natlan had a crisis with the ley lines that
Kapitel
almost
4.
ended in death. Then a similar crisis happened in Liyue, and now Mondstadt is in danger. I can't help but wonder if this is all some kind of terrible omen.
Yeah, but look on the bright side. It's another chance for answers. Maybe we'll uncover new clues about forces we've encountered before, or what we can expect on the road ahead.
Or maybe we'll even get one step closer to the truth of Tavat.
Yeah, and then travelers can give us all the answers.
Der Nachricht wurde gesperrt,
Yeah.
okay.
I think we're gonna leave all that hard work to you guys.
All right, okay, well, let's lighten things up and dive into the remaining version 5.6 events.
Yes.
First up on the docket is an event that brings us back to Fontaine, where travelers can test out their tactical brilliance in the new wargame, Operation Damport Simulation.
Sorry, momentan keine Zeit für sowas.
Nice.
Oh, I know. This wargame comes with all new offensive and defensive gameplay. The key to
Okay.
success is really understanding your game pieces.
Okay, what do you mean?
Well, for example, is it a melee or ranged attack piece? Can it quickly break through obstacles or maybe even bypass them entirely? Once you feel like you know what you're doing, you can test out your skills in co-op. The actual gameplay is pretty simple. What this event really tests is strategy. For example, when adjusting your defensive lineup, you can even set traps for your opponent.
I see a button called Defensive Simulation.
Okay.
Looks like we can use it to test out our strategies?
That's right. And once you set the defensive and
Müssen wir
offensive
angreifen und
lineup that works
verteidigen?
best
Okay,
for you,
müssen wir.
the
Okay.
battle is ready to begin.
Hallo,
And while
Nizumi.
your opponent tries to break through your defenses, your job is
Ja,
to
bis
use
sehr
your
spät.
chosen offensive lineup to outmaneuver their strategy. The side that breaks the opposing formation first or makes greater progress
Ist echt
within
übel,
the
was im
time
Mondstadt
limit
abgeht.
wins.
Okay.
Wir hören
it sounds like
Varka.
it all
Das
comes
ist
down to
geil.
strategy. All right.
Wir telefonieren mit Varka.
Get tactical, travelers.
Now, if that last event was mostly about brain power, this
Venti
next one is
benutzt
all
das
about
Telefon
firepower.
von,
Okay, let's
von
take a look
Alice,
at the
will sie
gameplay.
anrufen und stattdessen
Think
hebt
this is a
Varka ab.
simple battle for coins? Ha, well, think again.
Voll cool.
Players will
Ich hab's
have the
aber auch-
opportunity to
ich hab's auch
insult Saurians at
angesagt.
certain points.
Gestern
Use their
oder
abilities
vorgestern
to
in
your
meinem Video.
advantage, and you might be able to turn the tides in your
Ah,
favor.
cool, wir können wieder
This
Leute
looks so
abschießen.
fun.
Nice.
You could just stay in Saurian form the whole time and blast all the other players away.
Das ist aber
Oh,
fair.
if only. The Saurian form only lasts so long. But even in human form, you'll have Natlan character skills at your disposal. So the goal is to collect as many coins as possible to secure victory.
Nice, bro. So,
Es
this
gibt
next
2
event is
neue
called
Bosse dann.
Chronicle of Shifting Stratagems.
Und der kommt in einem oder 2 Events vor. In einem, glaube ich.
And have tested out their skills in a variety of different situations. But
Und er ist auf dem Banner von, was war das jetzt? Escoffier und Navia. Und auf dem anderen Banner ist Sasuke mit Reiten. Und es kommt ein Inazuma-Banner. Da ist Ito drauf, Ayaka, Kazuha, also alle wichtigen halt. Ayato auch, ja. Escoffier ist cool. Die ist ein Pay-to-Win-Charakter. Sie kann nämlich mit diesem Ding da, was sie da hat, kann sie kochen und sie hat ein eigenes goldenes Essen. Sie gibt es so ein Kochgerät, das steht in der Luft. Und wenn du es mit Elementarenergie angreifst, wie Elementarumwandler, dann kommt ein Essen raus und es kann noch ein goldenes Essen rauskommen. Ja, ich hätte nicht gedacht, dass ein chronisches Banner jetzt kommt vom Geburtstag von Genshin. Gut, das Kartenspiel ist im Prinzip egal.
Yeah, and during the match,
Okay.
there's now a card refresh option as well as mechanisms for character enhancement and replacement. So the gameplay should be even more engaging. Travelers might even be able to come up with some new strategies and surprise their opponents with
Ich finde es ja nicht schlecht, das Kartenspiel, aber ich habe dafür keine Zeit. Linienüberfluss, okay. Bald müsste Ding wieder zurückkommen, wer ist der? Unser Weihnachtsmann.
When we return, we'll talk system optimizations and a cool collab. See you on the other side, travelers.
Bye.
Okay. Ah, das Event. Wait. Hä? Ist das... Hatten die nicht schon 3 Codes? Jetzt haben wir 4 Codes oder was? Bin mir ein Mihoyo hätte uns schon 2 Codes gegeben. Chef Escoffier, nee, das war vorhin, okay. Eva Kakuku 0507. Escoffier 0507. Ach so, das ist, wenn der Patch rauskommt am 7.5. Ha, lol. Okay. Genau, lieben. Der müsste bald kommen. Warte mal, wie? Nein, wieso? Wieso geht das 990 Urgestein? Warum geht das Event nicht den ganzen Patch lang? Das ist ein ewig langes Event. So, das Theater wird verbessert, das habe ich hier gestern im Video gesagt. Danke für die Likes auf TikTok.
So, in the version 5.6 update, the dev team has made the brilliant blessing details page a lot more intuitive, which should make it easier for travelers to make strategic level up decisions.
Nice.
Yeah, and in addition, rewards will be available.
Ja, bis jetzt gar nicht gewusst, oder es gab so eine Übersicht schon. Was? Lied des leeren Mondes? Was ist das?
A restart button
Haben die das
after the
neu
final
gemacht?
act.
Die,
As
das
it stands right now, finishing the final act takes you directly to the credits, right?
Die haben die
What if you
Übersicht
just
neu
missed
gemacht.
that last star challenge? That would be such a bummer.
Yeah, the dev team has received that feedback as well, so a restart button is also being added to the new update.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Ah, man kann
That should make
Reset
it easier
endlich,
to get
Gott sei
full
Dank.
stars.
Mit den ganzen Blödsinn nochmal
Alright, so
machen.
this next update addresses another common problem. Travelers have
Hallo,
probably
ich will da
noticed that when
weitergehen.
you go to raise a character's skills, the skill descriptions can be pretty long and dense.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable. It's important for travelers to have
Okay,
all the
nee, da
details.
ist noch nicht ein
But
Monat
it's
vergangen
also
wieder.
easy to get bogged down in the weeds, so this is something the dev team has been working on. Starting in version 5.6, the descriptions on the talent and constellation pages for new characters will be optimized to be more concise, so it's easier for travelers to grasp the core information. Of course, travelers who prefer to dive into all the details can always expand the content for a more comprehensive description.
Nice. Sorting through all that information should be a lot faster now.
Totally.
Our next optimization is for the treasure compass. Travelers provided feedback that while attempting to complete Natlan's warrior challenges, it was difficult to locate where to pick up the quests. So, after the version 5.6 update, the treasure compass can now track those locations.
Woo!
Yeah, they can. Warrior challenges are important because that's how you get obsidian fragments, which you can use to unlock tribal secret spaces, right? It would be nice if the treasure compass could track those too.
It can! And once
Also
your
diese kleinen
exploration
Dinger, ja,
progress
so
is
hier
high
ein
enough,
bisschen.
the treasure compass will be able to pinpoint the location of tribal secret spaces as well. Similarly, at a high enough exploration progress, more chests from various nations can also be located using the treasure compass.
Oh, nice. That should really help travelers that are stuck at 99% exploration progress.
Map pins have also been optimized. Starting in version 5.6, travelers can now delete custom pins in batches.
Ooh, that should make it a lot
that is
easier to
cool.
start fresh if you're someone who really likes to go ham with the markers.
Definitely. Well, that wraps up our system optimizations. So now it's time for some out-of-game news.
Out of game news,
That's
aha.
right. First, we have some exciting collaboration news to share. Genshin Impact is partnering with the global beauty brand Charlotte Tilbury to launch 2 limited edition sets.
Wow.
So, let's watch the preview trailer for the
Jetzt
collaboration.
muss ich mir das kaufen. Ein Make-up-Ding. Damit ich wenigstens etwa irgendeine Collab von Genshin habe. Wenn ich schon nicht Küchings Handy geklickt habe. Als größter Küching-Man im Universum. Wieso Mona? Weil Mona hübsch ist. Eigentlich wäre ziemlich gut, wäre Ding, wie heißt sie nochmal? Also sie kauft sich ja auch gerne teure Sachen. Also passt das. Aber was auch gut wäre, wäre Shilonen, die schminkt sich ja wirklich. Sieht aber cool aus, holy shit. Ich meine, der Rest ist wahrscheinlich mega teuer wahrscheinlich. 30.04. okay. Genshin
But
Make-up,
I
wie
have
geil
even
ist
more
das da
news.
wieder?
In addition, Genshin Impact's third Natlan OST album, Radiance of Flame, is coming soon.
Echt cool.
Yeah. The album contains various tracks composed by the Hoyo Mix team for the Collective of Plenty and other regions. So stay tuned for the drop.
2 neue
Awesome.
Bosse, sehr interessant.
gonna be
Also ein großer
amazing.
Boss kommt, wie ich es erwartet habe.
So,
Nur im Mond statt dort in Atlan anscheinend.
Okay,
Und
let me
ein kleiner
check my
Boss
scroll
kommt,
here.
für SK4.
Yeah, that's all the information I have about version 5.6.
Yeah, me too. What about you, Jane?
I am
Heißt,
just
sie werden
so
uns in
excited to
2-3
uncover more
Wochen, in
about
3
the
Wochen
latest
ungefähr,
history.
mittlerweile sind es nicht mehr 2 Wochen,
Us on the
den neuen
chess
Charakter
And
zeigen.
I can't wait for you all to meet Escoffier. It's been so much fun working on her, and I just think you're gonna love her.
And to
Und da
follow
gibt es
that
mir
up,
noch einen
Aoife is
kleinen
finally
Einblick auf
playable, and
irgendwas.
of course he's gonna have Kukuku right by his side. But the mini games are always so fun and creative. Oh, just can't
Absolutely.
wait.
Ich mache gleich ein Video und dann
That's
werde ich
it for the
kurz am
version
Ende
5.6 special program.
zur
A
Story
new
was sagen.
adventure awaits. I hope it brings with it new friendships, new answers, and a whole lot of fun. Well, and with that, all there's left to say is, see you in game, travelers. Bye. Bye. Bye.
See ya.
Ich wollte... Habe ich nicht etwas gesagt vorher? Am 30. April. Nezumi, habe ich nicht vorhin da gerade über den Mond gesprochen? Alter. Ja, aber ich habe doch gerade gesagt, es müsste bald wieder was kommen. Bald ist der Monat vorbei. Und MiHoYo zeigt einfach hier Livestream, genau dass er sich vor 5 Minuten, vor 1 Minute kommentiert hat oder so. Lol. Nice. Predicted. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Thanks for watching. Ich habe mir heute extra Rührei gemacht, weil ich nicht zum Frühstücken gekommen bin und dann habe ich es am Ende nicht mehr geschafft, das zu essen. Aber ich hatte noch einen Ember-Trank, den habe ich noch getrunken. Toll, ich kann wieder mal einen Screenshot nicht speichern, wenn das Programm abgekackt ist. komm schon. Festplatte, what the fuck. So, und können wir das hier auch strecken? Ne, das ist ein kleines Bild. Wurscht, nehmen wir trotzdem. Ja, sorry, dass das Bild ein bisschen verzerrt ist. Ich habe einen neuen Monitor und der ist anders und ich muss erst herausfinden, wie ich das einstellen kann, damit das für euch gut aussieht und nicht so oder zusammengequetscht ist, glaube ich, auf dem Tablet gerade. So, was ist da gewesen jetzt? Twitch hat da jemand gebannt oder gesperrt, hey, so gesehen. Nee, danke, sowas möchte ich nicht machen. Leute gegenseitig so eine Share-for-Share-Sache, ne. Sowas funktioniert nicht gut. Moment. Da hat mir jetzt eine Nachricht geschrieben. Wahrscheinlich postet er immer den gleichen Satz an die Leute und deswegen hat Twitch gesagt, hey, das könnte ein Bot sein. Gib jetzt der Ersatz, der erste Version ist. Achso, nee. Was, Bro? Will ich noch ein paar Jahre als Streamer? Was? Was ist los, Resümee? Ist was? Ach so, ja, gleich. Kleinen Moment. Ne, ich kann es jetzt nicht ändern. Aber warte mal. Wenn ich jetzt Genshin starte, sagt mir mal, wie das bei euch aussieht im Stream. Na, ich habe schon gekocht. Ich muss nur essen. Ja, es gibt jetzt gerade von Samsung ein Gewinnspiel, wo man Gutscheine gewinnen kann. Und mit Coca-Cola. Und ich hatte einen Gutschein, der 50 € wert ist. Und das höchste, was man haben kann, ist 150 €. Ich bin in den Laden gegangen, habe mir noch eine Packung Cola gekauft, habe das rubbellos aufgerubbelt und da war ein 150 € Gutschein drin. Bin auf Samsung Homepage gegangen, wollte mir eigentlich eine neue Festplatte holen, weil ich bräuchte noch eine. Nur die Festplatte gibt es in Österreich nicht, nur in Deutschland und in Deutschland funktioniert der Code nicht, der ist nur nur bei Samsung Österreich verfügbar. Und die anderen Festplatten, die gibt es nur auf Amazon und so weiter zu kaufen. Also, ja, blöd gelaufen. So, wie ist das Bild jetzt bei euch? Hä, wieso? Ich habe das doch geblockt. Ist das wieder frei? Ja, also ja, und der Monitor würde eigentlich 300 € kosten. Ich habe ihn für 149 bekommen. Das ist ein 4K Monitor. So. Ist das Bild verschoben gerade? Das Bild ist verschoben. Oder sehe ich das falsch? Dort, das Bild ist doch verschoben, oder nicht? Ja, das Bild ist abgeschnitten. Oder? Ja, oh ja, das Bild ist... Ja, das Bild ist... Okay, warte mal. Warum aber? Ach so! Das ist nur nicht im Frame richtig. So, jetzt. Sieht das für euch normal aus oder sieht es gestreckt aus? Es ist halt ein Curved Monitor, was mir nicht so ganz gefällt, habe ich herausgefunden. Aber die anderen Monitore, bei denen, die kosten 1 € zu wenig, dass ich den Gutschein einlösen kann. Aber ich weiß nicht, ob ich den behalten werde. Das Kraft macht mich irgendwie fertig. Weil alles so ist. Ich glaube, mein Gehirn verträgt das nicht, dass alles verbogen ist. Weil es ist nicht so, dass es gerade wäre, wie immer, sondern so. Die Gebäude sind so. Also nicht so stark, aber schon so halt. Also gerade ist hier nichts. Es sieht gerade aus, wenn ich so bin, dann sieht die linke Seite gerade aus und wenn ich so bin, sieht die rechte Seite gerade aus. Das Problem ist, ich bin halt in der Mitte. Und somit ist das alles so. Hier sieht es sogar noch viel schlimmer aus. Holy shit. Wie so ein Regenbogen. Auf einem anderen Monitor schön gerade, auf dem ist es halt so. Alter, voll die Fischlinse. Warte mal, wenn ich weiter unten sitze. Ich schaue, ob es irgendeinen Winkel verbessern kann. Von unten. Ich muss hier unten sitzen. Kann nach oben schauen. Und dann sieht es gerade aus. Okay, wenn ich da unten sitze, so, ich muss mich hinlegen beim Zucken. Ich glaube, ich werde irre. Nicht das so ab. Mein schlimmstenfalls könnte ich es auch so machen. Oh, so wie es vorher war. Ist es da für mich gerade? Bisschen, ja. Aber nicht viel. Ha, ich weiß nicht. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich damit klarkomme, dass Mondstadt jetzt geformt ist wie der Mond. Das eine Coole ist, ich kann ziemlich weit schauen. Ich sehe so halb Mondstadt direkt. Ja, muss los, alles noch nicht. Warte mal. Die Karte sieht zumindest sehr cool aus. So, als würde ich einen Planeten drehen. Wo ist? Hä? Da habe ich eine größere Sicht als sonst. Gut, aber ich werde erstmal was essen und dann das Video machen zum Patch. Wie lange habe ich jetzt noch Zeit? 9 Stunden, passt. Na gut, Leute, dann werde ich erstmal was essen. Danke fürs Reinschauen und bis später, bis zum nächsten Mal. Bye bye!